Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, hi. My name is Andrea and I'm a Hungarian graphic designer who is also a makeup enthusiast. Hence why this makeup look. Hi, I'm back. Yes, my hair is purple. Yes, I'll tell you how it happened. Actually, it was an accident. This is the second time I've dyed my hair purple, and it was actually yesterday, so it's fresh out of the box. I love this like magenta type of purple because it's not a blue based purple, it's more like a pinkish based purple, so I'm really in love with it. And I think it complements a lot of my looks and a lot of my wardrobe. You know, I've been blonde for a long while, but I've been washing my hair with like colored shampoos to make it more of a silver or like a lavender purple. And I really wanted to dye the hair because it was basically white, that I knew I could get a real pastel result. So I bought a bottle of semi-permanent hair color. It's the crazy color lavender. This is the color of the tube. I was just as surprised as you are. Obviously, it's not pastel. So yeah, first it was startling because every time I looked in the mirror, I was just like, oh, okay, color, oh my god. Because I've never dyed my whole head one color before. Of course, blonde is an exception, but blonde is not really something you dye your hair to. You basically bleach it and then you're blonde. It was weird for a long while. I didn't know what to do with it, and I just roll with the punches. It faded pretty quickly, and I realized I really loved the faded result. I enjoy this color just as much as I enjoyed the pastel version of it. And because Halloween is coming up and I'm attending a party on the 31st of October, of course on Halloween night, they're going to a party and I wanted to dress up as Beetlejuice. I know Beetlejuice has lime green hair, duh, I know, but we could do a switcheroony because his eyes are purple and his hair is green. But if I were to switch the two and make my eyes green and my hair purple, I think I would have pulled that off. So back in September, I ordered a costume from the internet. Took a month to arrive and it's not the right size. And it's not the quality I hoped for. So unless I do something with it, I'm not going to be Beetlejuice. I'm just probably going to be a witch, just like last year and the year before, because it's just an easy thing. And I have a very cute dress that I can wear. That was the journey of me going purple. But besides, yes, hi, I'm still here. I'm alive, thank you. I know I've been missing from the platform again. Real deal is I have a day-to-day job, and this is like a side hustle for me. I can't really do it as much as I would want to. The reason why I sat down today to film is we have a new palette. It's the Halloween by Shroud and Bean. It's actually part 2 because first one was It's Freaking Bad, and now I have both of them and they're sisters. And I love them both. I can't wait to play with both of them, pairing the two and bringing you a whole bomb-ass look. I'm so ready. This is how they look inside, and I think the color combinations are just endless and they pair together so well. The star of the show today is going to be the Halloween palette. This is the look that you are going to see me do. So I hope it's going to be helpful because this palette is truly amazing. I'm going to insert swatches over here because they are just going to speak for themselves. The quality in both of these palettes is pretty much the same. The second one is just as good as the first one. The shimmers are just out of this world amazing. They are so softly pressed that it's so easy to pick up on a brush or even on a finger. Maybe it's even better on a finger, to be honest. The second one has 3 duochromes as well. Like, one is probably a multichrome. It's Black Flame because it goes from a magenta purple into like a limeish green, and it's even to a gold. It's so pretty. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. Hi, it's me. back at it again. Into this video, I'm going to be playing with my new HALLOBEAN palette by Shroud and Bean. Oh, I fucking love them, both of them, the brand and Betty Jean. They're so fucking amazing. I'm so happy for her. Congratulations. Although she's probably never gonna see this video, let's be real, but still. This color story is everything. Everything. Fucking love it. I think I want to play with like a little bit of the oranges and maybe ghoulish, because this is a very versatile shade. I think that's the plan for today. One of my friends actually asked me to show how I apply my eye primer and what kind of eye primer I use, and it's the same. I use it every day. It's my MAC Paint Pot in the shade Painterly, so it's like a little pot, and it's a waxy type of product. Like you can see, it's used and abused because I've been using this for like 2 years, I want to say, and it's still going strong. Like there's nothing wrong with it. And I use a very dense brush like this that's tightly packed, and it has a lot of bristles, and you can basically tap the product into the skin and pat it out. I usually blend the edges and in between my nose because I take it across. I usually take it up to my brow because I like to blend up there as well, and whatever is left on my brush, I run it on my lower lashes. So I'm not dipping into more product, I'm just running what's left on the brush because it's more than enough for the lower lash line. And that's basically it. You have a clean, seamless base that doesn't crease. That's why I love it, because it's a waxy product. You can tap it in place and it doesn't move, it doesn't crease before you start your makeup, because I see a lot of people using liquid type of eye primers, and that's, you know, just preference, I guess. The reason why I don't like it is because I have slightly hooded eyes. Like if I open my eyes fully, you can't really see my lid, but I have a ton of real estate up to my brows, so I think I'm in a lucky position. But I have a lot of friends who have more hooded eyes, especially my bestie. Her lids are basically non-existent. So I think a lot of people who have the same problem would prefer something like this, because if you tap it in place, it doesn't move, and you can blend on top of it, because it basically just feels, it's a little tacky, just a tidbit tacky, but it feels like your skin, but better. With a liquidy type of eye primer, such as the Revolution Cut Crease Canvas or the Ultimate Eye Base that they have, I'm gonna pop it on the screen for you, because those are good. I've heard a lot of good things about them, and it's probably a dupe for the P. Louise base, and it's the same deal. It's similar to concealer in consistency, and you do the same thing. It's probably best to use a dense brush. You use some product, you tap it on your hand and do it on the eye, or you can just go straight in with like a little dot here and there and then go to town and blend it out. But for the reasons I explained, I don't like using that because it creases very easily, because it's not like a dry waxy texture. It's probably going to look just like your concealer, and you have to set it with powder. That's why I don't love it. A lot of people do it like that, do the whole thing, or don't even use eye primer, just use concealer on the lid, set it with powder, and then go on top with eyeshadow. But I don't think it makes the colors pop, and it just defeats the whole purpose of the eye primer. So that's my kind of recommendation, but I guess go with your gut and experiment. That's the fun of it. I'm going to go in with Crypt, this mustard yellow first, and picking it up on like a blending brush. This is an Maybelline blending brush, and it's just a rounded, a little bit tapered blending brush. It's actually my favorite one, and I'm just going to place this shade into my crease. I'm going to take pretty much the same brush, it's just another one. That's the one I got yesterday, and I'm going to pick up the shade Losers Club, which is the grungy orange. I'm placing this mostly in the center and in the outer part of my crease. go back in with the yellow, tapping off the excess, obviously, and then run it through the crease to kind of re-intensify it a little bit, and then I'm going to blend it into the edges of the orange just to soften it a tidbit. Then I'm going back in with the brush I used the orange shade with, no additional product. I'm just going to use what's left on the brush to go back in and reblend, touch up those edges, and just basically go back and forth between the two brushes until I'm satisfied with the blend. I'm actually going to take a tinier blending brush. This is a Jessup 321 Luxie Petite Crease Brush, and I'm going to dip into Ghastly, the dark purple, just to deepen my outer corners a tiny bit. And I'm tapping the excess off because I don't want too much product on. I just want a tiny bit to make this outer corner darker. Basically the extent I'm going to take that shade, and I'm dipping back into Loser's Club with the same blending brush, and I'm just going to go over everything and kind of tone that purple down a little bit. I'm gonna grab my one and only pencil brush, which is the Jessup 230 Luxe pencil brush, and I'm going to pick up Loser's Club first and run it along my lower lash line. Then I'm going back in with the same brush into Ghastly, the very dark purple, and I'm just going to stick this in the outer part of my lower lash line to connect it to the outer corner. Alright then, I'm going to use my NYX glitter primer for the shimmers. Now, this is another tip, personal preference thing, but using a glitter primer with your shimmers is the way to go. Trust me. I previously used the Revolution Cut Crease canvas for like cut crease and detail work. I didn't have any problems with it. It didn't crease like crazy. Like it was a pretty decent product, and it basically acted like a base that you put on and stick shimmers on. But you had to be very precise with it because it was a colored product. I don't know, I just don't use those type of products anymore for cut creasy stuff, mainly because you have to be precise with it, otherwise you're just gonna see like a crooked line up in the crease, and you have to make it very sharp and very symmetrical on both sides, which for a beginner especially is not easy, and it can discourage you from trying stuff like that. So I would suggest a glitter glue, because this doesn't have any color. It's basically like lash glue. It's like a translucent, colorless lash glue, but it's not as sticky. I take a very flat brush. This is a NYX flat shader, and I'm not going to do too much. I'm just going to squirt in a little dot, this much. I'm going to tap it onto my hand and work it into the brush before I put it on my eyes. And as you can see, it doesn't have color. It has like a tiny sheen to it because of course it's like a sticky base, but as you can see, you can apply it and you don't have to be precise with it, and it doesn't matter if you make a mess. And of course, because it's sticky, you can basically put anything over it, even pressed glitter, obviously because it's a glitter primer, but I use it for shimmers. I don't mess with pressed glitters. I'm just not that kind of gal. If I want to cut like a precise crease with it, I again work it into my brush and then go into my other eyelid. As you can see, it has a tiny bit of color, but if you tap it out, it's just gonna be non-existent. So while you still have products on the edge of the brush, as you can see, you can basically follow your crease to essentially make a cut, and it's going to be defined. And you don't have to be extremely precise with it, because you're not going to make a mess. You can't do that with a colored, like opaque base that you use your shimmers with. That's why I switched, and that's it. And you basically can't see it, can you? You can't see it on my eyes, but you're going to definitely see the magic it does to the shimmers I'm going to put on my eyelid. So I'm going to go in with Afterlife, then Woodsboro, then Ghoulish in the very inner corner. So I'm going to take one side of my brush and go into Afterlife. Wow, okay. Holy moly, that's beautiful. Let me just apply this first. Great. Now I'm going to flip my brush over and use pretty much the cleaner side and go into Woodsboro, which is, oh my god, it's so much brighter. I'm basically gonna go over the shimmer Afterlife that I previously put down. Work it into the crease, make a cut. See, you don't have to be precise because you can just rework your crease and do whatever the fuck you want. I'm going to flip back and forth between the two sides of the brush to pick up more Afterlife if I need more, and basically blend it. I typically blend it in a diagonal because I just like bringing darker shimmers along my lash line, so make it like this rather this, so it just flows better. That looks so good, so freaking good. I don't know if this lighting picks it up, but the shade Afterlife is kind of like a red to like a grungy burnt orange duochrome, so it pulls more red on the lid compared to this shade, which is like a pure pumpkin orange. Let's pick up Ghoulish. Let's see. Wow, okay, bitch, that's stunning. Oh my god, I'm going to blend it a little bit into Woodsboro because I just love this combination together. Oh my god, yes. Then let's just pull it under. Oh, it's so cute. Holy shit. I went ahead and put a little bit more of the shade Ghastly, the dark purple, in the very inner corner, blended it into the shimmer, then pulled it under on both sides, and then to blend the edges I just dipped back into the orange and then swirled it in the edges, brought it down under just to smoke it out a little bit, and then, you know, to blend the purple and to not make it so harsh. So this is where we're at. I think this is where I'm going to leave it, and then let me show you what products I'm going to be using for the face. I have this is not new technically, but for me at the time it was. This is the Rimmel London Kind and Free Moisturizing Skin Tint Foundation, and I'm in love with this. This is really good. I've gotten 3 compliments from strangers telling me that basically I have gorgeous skin, and they were curious as to what foundation I was using. So it was a pleasant surprise even for me, because if you know me and you've been watching this channel from the very beginning, I've not really been a foundation girl per se. I've only been using concealer because I don't think I need much coverage. My skin is pretty okay. I don't have acne. I don't have like rosacea and stuff. Lately I've busted into my Conceal and Hydrate by Revolution, and this is also very good. I have dry skin, so obviously this was a must. and this is in C6, which is basically my skin tone. So I basically use the same shade of concealer and foundation. So wherever I need more coverage because I have a pimple or I see my redness poking through on my cheeks or my nose, I just put concealer over that and then call it a day. I don't even set with powder because I just don't like the texture it leaves on my skin. I have dry skin. I've never needed powder. And then I have one more new product because my Essence Contour Kit Contour Duo is the one I've been using forever. And then lately I've found my love back into my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It's a buildable formula, it smells amazing, and yeah, it's just a great product overall. But my new baby is my Kaleidos Mars Melter. I finally bit the bullet. Although I wanted Space Age Prophecy, which is the multi-chrome highlighter, but damn, she's expensive, so I just bought Mars Melter instead. It may look intimidating, but actually it's great on the skin. So versatile on so many skin tones. It's just incredible. So you're going to see all of those products in action, but I'm going to listen to Distractable while I'm doing it because I just want to catch up with the boys. I haven't even had the time to listen to podcasts for a long while. Hi, I'm back and this is the finished look. I fucked with fake lashes, false lashes, and they don't look too bad. It's weird because, you know, you can see them and it feels like you physically have something in your eye or on your eye, and you have to get used to it. Catrice Cosmetics just came out with the Disney Villains collection, and this one is the Cruella pair. These are just the bits that I cut off from the very end. They look like this and they are very wispy and extremely long. Like if I open my eye fully, I can feel them scratching my eyebrows. It's funny. I don't really wear lashes because my own lashes are curly and long. They don't need this kind of lift because I just feel like it takes away from the look. I don't really like when the lash is the entire look, if that makes sense. So for the record, my lipstick is the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Play Your Luck. This is the top I'm wearing. It's just a plain old mustard yellow top, and I think it goes with the warm tones that I have going on. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this review of the Halloween palette by Shroud Cosmetics. What are my overall thoughts? This palette is very grungy, and I think it's just Betty Jean's trait, like she has to do something grungy in her palettes. So yeah, it's not gonna work for everyone, of course, but I think if you're creative enough and you like mix and match and play around with these colors, you can do something very natural, because a lot of these tones muddy out if you blend them to each other. So inevitably you're going to get browns and neutral shades. So for some it might be an advantage, might be a drawback. I do not speak for you, but if this color story caught your eye, then I would say definitely grab it. I'm so eager to play with Black Flame. So cool. You've probably already seen swatches of this palette, so I'm not going to swatch it again, but I think you should get it if you want to support this creator or if you just like the color story. You don't have to know who Betty Jean is. And for being a Halloween palette, I think it stands its ground. So yeah, I literally have no complaints whatsoever. I'm excited to play a little with the green shades also and do something like that, but I think I'm not going to be able to do it just with this. I might have to play with both, with the It's Freaking Bats also, because they are sister palettes. I just can't not do that. So expect another video in the future. I don't know when it's going to come, if I have time, obviously, to do it or to edit it and stuff. I don't know how consistent I can still be with this channel, but I for sure don't want to abandon it. I'm going to come and go here and there. No exact schedule because I know I can't stick to it. I have a day-to-day job that I go to every day. To be honest, I don't really love it. I actually hate it. I'm probably going to be back on the market again, looking for another graphic designer or something like that that relates to what my profession is and what I studied for, because this job is anything but that. It has taken a huge toll on me this past year. Well, if I were to stay until February next year, it would have been a whole year of me working there, but I don't want to wait for that long, to be honest. I just want to run away from this place because it sucks. I don't feel like my work is valued, neither by my colleagues nor my higher-ups. So I'm sure a lot of you have similar situations that you have to work somewhere, even if you don't like it, because it just pays the bills, I guess. So I just want to say that you're not alone and just hold on, because that's all we can do, right? We hold on, we persevere, we push through, and hope for the best, I guess. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell to get notifications of all my future uploads. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!